glimpse of her. Here to discuss is NewsNation contributor and co-host of The Hill's Rising, Lindsey Granger. Lindsey, thank you so much for joining me.
No problem. Nice to see you, Batya.
So great to see you. All right, so what can we expect from Bad Bunny? Is he going to be leaning into the controversy surrounding ICE that he did at the Grammys, or do you think he's going to bring a different approach to the Super Bowl halftime show?
You know, I heard him in his press conference about performing, and he said, you don't have to learn Spanish in a week. You don't have to stress out. He wants you to dance. He wants you to dance. And so I think that's what people need to understand, that Bad Bunny is an American citizen from Puerto Rico. I mean, this is an American experience in the same way that anything is an American experience. The number two language in our country is Spanish, you know, most spoken. So I think this is about just pushing the cultural comfort zones. I think it's important to understand that the halftime show has always been global for decades. We're talking about the Rolling Stones. We're talking about U2, Coldplay. There's no pushback when they perform, and not particularly somebody who we saw as like an American big artist. And so we should look at Bad Bunny the same way and just understand that when he criticizes the administration, so is the rest of the world. Look what's happening with Alex Preddy and Renee Good, and now ICE pulling back the amount of officers that are in Minnesota. I mean, there are people looking at the administration on both sides of the aisle saying, hey, maybe something needs to change here. And I think Bad Bunny is one of those people.
For what it's worth, I would have given a lot of pushback if a British star was being invited to host the halftime show. This should be an American, but you're right, Bad Bunny is an American, represents where a lot of Americans are at. So who do you think he's likely to bring on as his surprise guest?
Well, Cardi B is going to be there because her man is there. And it's so funny because I don't know sports that well, but I know girlfriends of the sports stars very well. And so I'm the person that you talked about with their dad that tunes into the game because they want to see the celebrity woman. And so, yes, I know that Cardi B will already be in the building cheering for her partner. So I would hope that that's like an easy transition to just get on stage because you're already there.
Right, get in the game, as it were. What did you make of the Turning Point USA's counter programming?
Well, I think Turning Point has to be serious here. I mean, numbers don't lie. Like Kid Rock might have been a star when his album that did really well in 1998, Devil Without a Cause, sold 11 million units worldwide. But again, that was 1998. In 2022, more recently, and this is not counting Bad Bunny's new numbers for his latest album, but his last album in 2022 sold 24 million units worldwide, more relevantly. So when you talk about eyeballs and what's relevant to the world tuning into our Super Bowl, I mean, Kid Rock was relevant in the 90s. Bad Bunny's relevant right now with way more numbers. Numbers don't lie. I don't understand why they would counter it with somebody who is, you know, a star in their own, a rock star in their own, but ancient history at this point to anybody you're trying to get views for.
And do you think the president is going to show up?
To the Turning Points event or to the Super Bowl?
Well, I was thinking to the Super Bowl, but you're right. There's a chance he might show up on the other stream.
I think that the president likes to be in a circumstance where he is not celebrated. And so I know Stephen A. Smith was talking to Cuomo saying that he is not one to avoid making it uncomfortable for others by making his security get him into the Super Bowl. But I think he's going to avoid it because he doesn't want the opportunity for any type of bashing to happen or sitting there like we saw at that White House Correspondents' Dinner when Obama was president and he was, you know, the butt of the joke. He didn't really love that. It seemed like a very uncomfortable moment for him. So I don't think that he wants to be there in a moment where potentially Bad Bunny could make his performance about some of his administration's policies.
Do you think he's going to do that, Bad Bunny?
I'm not fluent in Spanish, so if he does, I'm gonna have to go back and look at it afterwards. I don't know, honestly. I think he has so much more going for him with the 125 million people that watched the Super Bowl last year. If that number is anything the same, like you said, he also has an opportunity to captivate a new audience larger than the one he has. So I don't think he should make that the only point if he wants to talk about it. I think he should really introduce people to his music. And in the same way that we all danced around when Psy came out with Gangnam Style and we don't know a word of what that man was saying, but it was a global billion streamed hit, we should all celebrate Bad Bunny's music and just dance and have a good time with our families, which is what the Super Bowl is about, the halftime show.
What a beautiful message. Thank you so much for joining me, Lindsey. What an honor to have you. God bless and protect you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.